Welcome to our podcast, Face It, the reasons why you should fib. If you're listening to this podcast, you're seeking information about how to age gracefully and how to age naturally. My name's Ryann Lavinia, and I'm the owner of Face It Botox Bar. I have a true passion for the medical aesthetics industry, and I'm a national allergen trainer and also a national Sciton luminary. Each week, we're going to talk about topics that will help you make decisions and motivate you and inspire you to be the best version of yourself. And we're also going to have a lot of fun along the way. These services will help you obtain results where everybody will notice, but nobody will know. Hey, it's Ryann with Face It Botox Bar with FIBBcast, and I'm here with our special guest, Stephanie Goldberg, and Jen is back with us as well.
Hey, guys.
And we are here to talk all about women's wellness, women's health, and all of our secrets that we have for optimizing and giving you and helping you live your best life. So thank you, Stephanie, for coming on.
I'm glad to do it. Hi, thanks for having me here.
So Stephanie, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I live locally and I discovered FIBB kind of by accident through a friend. I work in graphic design and I also run a little eBay store and I do some writing on the side. So I juggle a few things and I really was just looking to get a facial, but I was experiencing this whole other problem. And so kind of wound up coming in here a little bit by just for the facial, but I saw information about this other service that happened to touch on something that I was going through.
Yes.
So it's not easy. Let's say you're working, you're doing this, you're not even necessarily caught up with what might be new and available for you out there.
Well, and this is what I love about her story because she found us from a referral from a friend, came in for a facial, and we talk about it, how she saw something about the DIVA vaginal rejuvenation, and it kind of intrigued her. And as much as we market, because you have a marketing background, people still don't understand the language and the verbiage of this industry and like the wellness side and what's available.
And I think there's some element of people keeping it a little bit of a secret. Like I feel like there's not the open sharingness of this is the hair color that I use. This is the lipstick I like. By the way, this is how I got my body. The celebrity world does not seem to want to share their secrets with you. And you know they're getting cutting edge. So the irony is that while there is treatment out there, there's people talking about a lot of other ways they're self-improving, but they want to keep that little piece of themselves private and almost suffer privately, covering it financially in a way because they have access to this cutting edge information, but they don't want to share it for how they feel it makes themselves feel.
Well, and that's why I love you, because Stephanie has been so transparent and willing to share.
I didn't want to be that person. Like, I don't really want to say, hey, I felt damaged. Hey, I felt depressed. Hey, I felt less than who I was. You start to lose not just some aspect of your sexuality, if you will, but then all of a sudden you feel like you're fading away from not society exactly, but that you have to prove yourself in some other way, or that your value has gone down, or your self-esteem seems connected to it. And you may even try to go through other ways to work around that, to say, deal with that. But really what you want is the solution. You know, you want an answer and you want there to be an answer.
Well, and that's where in our appointment, when I first met you, we started talking, and I don't know, like, as far as your comfort level, but can you tell us about experience and how you felt like you could open up to us?
Well, yeah, because like I said, I had come in for a facial. There just happened to be a little bulletin that this other event was coming up. And I said, wow, because I'd been to a lot of doctors, by the way, checking, do I have a cyst? Do I have cancer? What is going on? And it was no results. You're fine. In fact, you look healthy. We don't know what that's all about. We don't really care to fix it, but you don't have this X, Y, and Z. So they left me just sort of at the drop me off at the exit with no pickup.
Right. It's that barrier that's there and that stigma that's out. Medical professionals, some of them don't want to talk about it either.
Or they want to listening to what's new.
Right. To brush it off as is it something else, like, or that there is something wrong with you. And,
Or that you're just cashed out now and you just need to sort of get
you're done. That's it. Yeah, deal with it.
Get into books and stuff and learn needlepoint.
Right.
But yeah, so I was, what is this? I thought. And so I wanted to come to that seminar. I wasn't able to. Mm-hmm. So I made a private appointment. And that's when I met you and we talked about it. And I didn't even know what it was, didn't know what this was. So I was that open to just, what ideas, what are you guys even talking about?
And we talked about, your experience with your GYN and how...
Multiple ones.
Yes. And how you just weren't getting the answers, the symptoms you were experiencing. So can you kind of
Well, it was a few things. I mean, because of the loss of hormones, aside from just physically, you feel like something's changed and it has, that emotionally you start to have this flattening out. And what I said that's sort of deceptive about it is, you don't even necessarily feel bad. You just feel flat. And so if you feel flat, you almost aren't quite aware that you're having an issue. Mm-hmm. If you felt really bad and you were crying, you'd go, I need to stop crying. But when you're kind of neutral and nothing's really bothering you or exciting you, you can almost let it ride without realizing where you've wound up emotionally. So they're tied together, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You're just thinking physically, meaning I didn't even know about adding the hormone part. That's why when I came in, poor Ryann was like, I might as well have been off the streets with no information. Like, can you fix what's wrong? You need this and this. I go, it was like something was, people were listening, not only listening, but, that's what we do. We address that. Like those were totally different phrases than lose it or use it or lose it, which is what one doctor said to me.
Yes, which is, frustrating.
Like, does that even sound right for someone to say that to you as a friend, let alone a medical professional?
And not to, bash any GYN doctors, but a lot of them are males. And so they're not experiencing what we're experiencing. And I think he felt,
I'm just going to be straight with her.
Yeah.
Like that was his version of being transparent, maybe. I don't know.
And you had talked about vaginal dryness as well.
And I even tried stuff for that. I tried other products that were meant to improve other symptoms, but without addressing really the picture of it all. Meaning I think the DIVA is really great, but I think enhancing it or really, dovetailing with the hormone treatment is really where it adds up to more than the sum of the total, if you know what I'm saying. 1 + 1 = 5 in this case, not 2.
Right. And that's where our treatment plans are so essential. So when she was telling me about vaginal dryness, the razor blade really resonated with me because I had the same symptoms. You were experiencing postmenopausal symptoms, depression, energy, all of it. And then you're going to, physicians that are, not really understanding.
You don't know who else would you go to, right? Like who else can you? I mean, of course you kind of start with your friends. They don't know usually. Right. That's why I'm telling them now because I mean, I tell girls like at my dentist's office, like I almost bring it up randomly. Like, by the way, if your mother ever, let her know there's hope. Like, I just need to evangelize this to other ladies. Need to know your sofa is not dead, as I say.
Yes. Yeah. Stephanie has, all kinds of little expressions and sayings that we love.
It can still welcome others, I say.
Yeah. Yes. And Stephanie, this has played a toll, on your marriage.
Well, it makes...
We're not going to talk about that.
How did you guys meet?
I'm not talking about this.
No?
No.
We are talking about that.
That's my Jordan Hudson.
I love it.
So, but your story for that is, incredible. So,
Well, yeah, because, I have an awesome husband. I have an understanding husband. I have a patient husband. I have probably one of the best husbands that anyone could ask for to go through that kind of a crisis.
Sure.
But you don't want to, you just want to be feeling like you're able to bring your relationship all the way to where it should and could be for everyone to feel that the closeness, the connection, the relationship that you just don't have with other people. It's just an important part of a marriage, It just is.
Right.
And you want to be participating in the full aspect of your marriage.
Right. And we talk about that. I'm very open, and patients have said, my husband thinks I don't love him. It's not that my sex drive is down.
And you try so hard because you don't want them to think that either, that you're almost trying to muster the emotion so that they don't feel bad, because it's not what you think. You don't think that.
Right.
But it's like your body's like at battle with you.
And the vaginal dryness can cause painful intercourse. And then that's frustrating for women too. So that's where we came together, did a treatment plan for Stephanie. And so we have the DIVA is vaginal rejuvenation. So it helps with leaky lubrication, laxity, usually a series of 3 to 4. Dr. Coyle did a study. I always educate our patients on an 83-year-old that had 4 divas. So they biopsied her vaginal tissue. And after the diva, I say it's Halo for your vagina because it's erbium laser.
Blast right off. Start all over.
That's right. So, which we did her face too, which we say fib from your face to below your waist. So she's had it all. But it does help rejuvenate that vaginal tissue, helps atrophy of the vaginal canal, which we talked about. It turns kind of pale and white.
I said you go from a fillet of fish to a juicy steak.
Yes. That's right. And it does also help with vaginal tightening and just rejuvenation of that area. Yeah. And so we've done the series. We just did our 5th one because you're doing your annual maintenance. And then Emsella. So the Emsella we pair it with too.
And with the hormone treatment, I do the pellets, which is really easy, meaning I've done hormone replacement before that didn't work for me. In another time I did that. But it was shots, pills, I think. It was a really kind of complicated regimen. My husband had to give me a shot. I was like screaming and way all over the board. I always felt it more intensely crazy from it. And so I really got off of it. But this has been so smooth. You don't have to take and do anything. It goes in and then it spreads out over the duration of I think it's every 3 months. Is
every
that right?
3 to 4 months, yeah.
And then they check it, and if this is low or that, so we adjusted it here and there and tweak it. But even when I was doing the other treatment, the tweaking was almost worse. I felt like I was transitioning. It was like...
and that can happen with the shots. You have those peaks and valleys.
It was terrible.
Yeah. So, and that's where total optimization of your...
the other thing too with what I'm talking about is that what I would say to the ladies out there is that there is this aspect of, I'm done trying. I went to the doctor. There's sort of this defeat. And so that's why I want to sort of say, you got to keep going a little bit and keep searching. Even if your doctor said, oh, forget it. Oh, too bad. Well, nothing we can do. I don't see anything. Don't think it ends there. You've got to keep searching. And I didn't know where else to search because it was by accident. So I can't say, oh, I kept searching and I found you. That's not how it happened.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was.
For sure.
Yeah. So that was really fortunate. And so I'm thinking, oh, I can't expect everyone to be so lucky as to just stumble on a vaginal rejuvenation flyer. Right. So
they're not just laying around at the grocery store.
Under your windshield wiper at Publix.
But hey, there's a concept. We might be onto something at that point.
Well, we giggle because we always say, they're Cialis, they're Hims, Hims commercials.
That's what I said.
Now.
Where's our blue pill? I always say. Yes. Where's our blue pill?
You've kind of done the trifecta, though. The BioT, the DIVA, the Emsella. You're great at maintaining those things. I think, obviously, from what you've spoke to, that those things have helped you, not even just personally and as a woman, helped your marriage,
it helps your mental
just
state
that
in
whole
general too. You start to feel kind of like, well, maybe like not necessarily like you're young again per se, but you do feel like you're still part of the fun.
That's right.
You're still part of. You're not been sidelined.
Well, our life doesn't end at postmenopause, and that's what a lot of women are told.
What you feel like is that you're kind of now over on the bench, and you can still watch the game, and you can shake your pom poms here. And
give them some water to the other people.
You ain't in the game,
So and you are in the game now, Stephanie.
I'm in the game now.
And if you can share with us, it's cute because she came in, after the DIVA treatments, and you had said, and we kind of almost teared up a little bit, but you had told us your husband's birthday had come up, and she comes in for one of her, I think, BBL appointments.
Yeah.
And you said, Ryan, I gave my husband a birthday present.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so engaging in that, relationship and like you said, the closeness and just, making
You get
them
to feel girly again.
It's girly.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, and it takes a lot for you to come on and talk about those things. Again, a lot of people don't want to talk about those things, the stigma around it, the medical professional stuff with it. There's options out there. There's people out there. I mean, I'm sure anyone can talk to you and ask you about it and you'll tell them about it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean.
And you'll hear marketing for the stuff for the symptoms, but you're never getting that next step, meaning, you'll hear a little bit about dryness, this and that, like few of the little, fringe symptoms, but no one's down there saying, hey, you know what?
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about when you're coming in, your experience like with the vaginal rejuvenation. People think it's, we hate going to the GYN to get our pap smears. It's kind of uncomfortable, but I feel like we try to make it spa-like and it's, the experience itself. I
always feel like we're partying down.
Yes.
I feel like we're partying down. We're in a hotel room. We shut the door. We've got stirrups. We've got laughs. We've got gas.
Got the robe. I mean,
we're screaming and laughing, and people's private parts are getting better. Like that's
I mean, honestly, like that's really how a day in the life at FIBB.
Doing miracles in there, and then opening the door. And
yeah. No, it is. I think. Yeah, it's not that whole. It's sterile, but it's not that sterile feeling. I feel
right. You feel like you're with girls, like you're at a really cool slumber
party.
It's
a cool girls' night out.
Girls' day out. Yes, it's like a vaginal facial.
Right, it's an adult slumber party.
It's an adult slumber party,
right.
Yeah.
We're going to do facials, you guys. Oh, no. We've got something else planned for tonight, ladies.
Could you imagine telling everybody, like, we're going to do a girls' night out at FIBB and they all come, whatever. We're like, we're getting facials. And we're like, but this kind of facial.
You're getting a halo, all right.
Yeah, and so we've both engaged in the DIVA hormone replacement as well. And so
it's definitely.
I appreciate you sharing your experience.
Yes. If it's going to help somebody understand what might be helpful or possible for them to back out of a situation that's driving them into a place they don't want to be. Yeah. Sadness, loneliness.
Yeah.
I'm happy sad. For you too.
Thanks. I really appreciate coming upon you guys. I have my friend Michelle to thank.
Awesome.
Because she's getting stuff done. And I'm like, she's like, oh, you got to go over to FIBB, she said. I go, oh, where is it? And she told me, that's why I ended up just walking in. It was close to my work. I said, I'll just drive over there.
Right.
And I'll make the appointment. That's why I saw the thing. So even if I'd called, I wouldn't have known.
Right.
So it's lucky that I walked over and came inside.
And then we've been on another journey, as far as, it's from the inside out and, helping people gain that confidence again is, pivotal for me as a provider and seeing that journey.
You want to know that this is making a difference.
Yeah.
And it is.
And the last year appointment, I go, we got to get your before pictures because she's been doing broadband light treatments. We did a little Botox, a little filler, just because you had said, I feel tired. I looked
and
at what else.
I'm about to turn 60.
Yes,
and
big
so
birthday.
Before my birthday, I wanted to feel really buffed and puffed and every single thing. So that'll be next month. So we did the halo. We've done some stuff. So hopefully,
Yep, she had the BBL halo, face, neck, and chest in February. And so look at her skin. I mean, it's beautiful. And I mean, you look rejuvenated, well-rested, natural.
And I don't really put on hardly any makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
We love that.
I put on the tinted sunscreen. And then I put a little tinted moisturizer over that.
Love it.
But they're both the same kind of thing. It's just I want to make sure they're, moistened
It's nice not having to wear all that stuff.
And then I just have this little stain here and here.
That's right.
Like
so
I don't
easy.
have foundation. I don't have powder. Nothing like that.
And you can see the glow in her skin. I mean, so that's where we love lasers.
Yes, we do.
And the whole precancerous skin cells we talk about.
Yeah, I had like some brown patches and stuff like that.
Yeah. So anything else you want anybody to kind of know about
I was going to say, I'll just add that I had just hit the 1 year mark of the treatment. And saying to Ryann recently, I was saying, just as a report for kind of so we can document what's going on here, that it was about a year where I really felt everything was coming together. Like it was improving in big steps. But when we were hitting that year, I go, oh, okay, it's like we finally have the hormones tweaked just right. new cellular growth has had this long to really take place. And so I'm like, wow, now I'm really seeing the full. So, like, that's why be a little patient, be a little diligent in your search, because you kind of want answers sometimes, but just keep trying. And when something doesn't go quite right, to tweak that. And
we're here for the long haul.
Yeah.
And that's what we tell patients. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
don't be too impatient when it's not going exactly right. Just keep knowing there's answers, and you're going to tweak it to your personal, solution to what's going to solve it for you. But I think there's answers there, and that there's more coming as research and people talk about it.
And seeking information too.
Yeah.
But we're handing out books, especially on the hormone therapy, because there's that stigma about, hormones causing cancer and all of that. So we educate you and, helping you feel comfortable with your decision and not pushing that on somebody, but really helping, that overall sense of well-being and providing.
Yeah, that you're looking at a bigger picture as opposed to, well, we provide this. Good luck with the other stuff. You should probably look at that, but we do this. It's like you can really get the rounded out kind of, and shape it, like you say, where you need a little more of this, a little more of that, and you until it fits the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Issues.
If you want some more information, you can find us at www.faceitbotoxbar.com. You can call us at 239-322-3815. Make sure to like, follow, and share. Do you fib?
I fib.
We fib. You should fib too.